So Wren really ahead in every way at this point. In fact, even ahead on upgrades, as we do see infantry weapons level 1 researching. And this is a fantastic time for Wren to push. If he lets his opponent get ahead on bases, it could be a comeback for Cloak. But I do like the decision by Wren just to move out. Does he see that planetary there with the vision? He does. So he is aware that his opponent trying to catch up in bases. And picks up a tank inside the medevac. That might just be a misclick. Actually has it selected. Going to put it up here on the high ground. And I'm not sure if that range is quite long enough to be able to siege up this expansion. Actually, it is. Huh. You learn something new every day. So now sieging up this 5th base. The planetary and 1 SCV left to repair it. And he's in a great position, even splitting up all of his marines. With these medevacs, and here comes the push from Cloak. Trying to take out the tank on the high ground is the first priority, it appears, for Cloak. Now these 2 tanks on the low ground, but the little flank by the Marines going to catch the siege tank at the back, and Cloak unsieged. This planetary would be able to deal some damage. Here it is getting involved in the fight and targeting down Marines. The tank goes down, and it looks like Wren might have the advantage. This is so close to tell. The Viking goes down, the planetary fortress goes down, and now Wren has overrun this expansion. And Cloak forced back into a corner. He does lose more. And the little army macroed up here. A couple of Marines to help reinforce this. So we do have pure Marine medevac right now. And what's back at home for Cloak? A couple of siege tanks. Those are going to be key in the fight to come. Cloak has had the siege tank advantage all game, but hasn't really been able to abuse it. Poor siege tank positioning as well as not sieging. Actually, there's nothing in these bunkers right now. And still unsieged. Cloak needs to siege up, and he could have taken it, but all the tanks being targeted down nicely by Wren. Very nice micro. Getting into the bunker now with a couple of these Marines. Those being targeted down, no repair on them, and I think Wren might have it with the medevac support. The tank on the high ground going to be able to clean this up, and now Wren forced to retreat with this little army. But look at what's waiting back at home for him. 2 more siege tanks as well as a handful of Marines. And now the all-important siege tank count in favor of our blue Terran player. Actually, they're even again. I guess those 2 just popped out for Cloak. But it's always good to be able to even out that siege tank count. And he's always had the better Marine and medevac count, and that's really what he's been able to abuse in this matchup. I love this, leading with the 1 Marine to see if his opponent has somewhere sieged up. We do see the siege up at the watchtower. He's going to take a couple free shots here, and the army diverting down there to try and take care of it. There's not a whole lot of Marine support. Siege tank taken down. There's a scan just to make sure he can see through the sight blocker, and Wren now has cleaned up another of Cloak's army and able to advance up here on the 3rd base. And this is a planetary, so it's going to be a little bit tough to break with just Marine medevac, especially if he can get the repair off with all these SCVs. The medevac's here to heal the Marines. There's the mass repair coming out from the SCVs. I'm not sure this is a good engagement, and Wren doesn't think so either. Actually going to pull back down the ramp. And now I think Wren should just sit back. He has the economic advantage, 60 SCVs to 41. But we'll see. Also getting the armory right now, kind of an interesting choice. He would be able to make a Thor or 2, which are fantastic against siege tanks. Could also get a couple of upgrades on his siege tanks or his medevacs. So really opens up a couple more options for him with this armory. Whereas Cloak just has to keep building units. He hasn't had a lot to spend on upgrades. Getting infantry weapons level 2 is actually a nice choice, as he'll be able to start out upgrading his opponent, even with only 1 engineering bay. Actually 1-0 right now to 1-1. And with that armory done, actually starting level 2 for both of the infantry upgrades as well as weapons level 1. And now Cloak seating up behind this line of sight blocker, poking ahead with his Marines, making sure nothing's there. Now Wren with a little bit of a drop. 12 Marines, I believe, or 13 Marines going into the back of his opponent's base. I don't think Cloak's seen this yet. A couple more SCVs being targeted down. That's a nice quick reaction, though. But able to take out that supply depot. That a key supply depot as it had supply drop on it. And picking off the tech lab now. We do see a drop going on now in the back of Wren's base with these 8 Marines. So kind of an interesting trade going on now. Cloak targeting down the reactor. There's the armory going down now for Cloak, though, by Wren. And really, both of these drops going on simultaneously. It looks like this one will be cleaned up first as Wren manages to get a bunch of Marines in there. The main base being targeted down now for Cloak. There's the scan going down from Wren, trying to see what he has left. And Wren tries to pick up. Will he get away with the medevac? No. Loses that. So a really interesting trade there from both players. It looks like Cloak definitely came out worse from that, only able to pick off that reactor as well as dealing some damage to that barracks. Did kill a couple of Marines as well. Whereas Wren essentially able to gut his opponent's base, killing off a lot of the mineral line as well as the main orbital command, 2 supply depots here. There was an armory here as well as this tech lab. So I think Wren's drop did a lot more damage than Cloak's did. We do see this base kind of being taken by Wren. Apparently not a fan of actually planning bases where they can harvest minerals well. But we do see mine out of the main now. So all the SCVs just kind of conglomerating down here at the natural. We do see another drop coming in here from Cloak, perhaps expecting this base, and even if there isn't a base here, he'll be able to move down into the third. Actually, okay, this is an orbital command morphing in. I was going to say that's a weird position for the planetary fortress. We do see the push in the middle of the map, and it looks like Wren's just going to overrun Cloak's army in the middle. So very nicely done by Wren. Ooh, a couple of medevacs on a poor Q there. And the one Marine, the lone survivor at the Zelnaga Tower. We do see the drop moving in from Wren, taking a couple of, from Cloak, taking a couple of shots from these Marines. Both of those get targeted down, and now these SCVs going to go down, but I'm not sure it's going to be enough. Wren moving in. There's a huge amount of siege tanks, 7 siege tanks in his opponent's base, and has more than enough to come help defend. 8 Marines not going to stand up too well to this little army. Although with the medevac support, actually going to have to pull back here before he loses the medevac. So nicely defended again by Wren, now sieging up this third base. And really, Cloak doesn't have a whole lot left. This siege essentially splits his natural from his third base. And really nice positioning, actually moving in, going for it, even bringing some SCVs to try and target down the tanks. And now the stim in by the Marines. This is going to be it. There's really no coming back. Still way too many siege tanks left for Wren as he's shelling the third base. And just look at the line of blue units moving in across the map, stimming up 5 Marines to deal with 2 siege tanks. Really nice decision making by Wren. And this planetary, not long for this world. Actually, all the SCV is able to repair it, but realizes he doesn't have any minerals left. It's the only mining base now for Cloak. And all these SCVs targeted down. Essentially, these Marines and tanks is what he has left. There's the siege up from Wren again, going to be able to target these down. The big stim in. And there's GG Dude from Cloak. So a little bit of friendly banter. Good to see that these guys are very well mannered. And I believe Wren said that he got promoted to Platinum after this game. So congratulations to Wren winning this TVT. It looked like he was in a bad position with Cloak sieged up in his natural area, but the double medevac drop in the back of his opponent's base cleaning up. We do see the final SCV killed count, 89 to 32. And just a fantastic game from Wren, and well played as well by Cloak. Made a lot of good decisions and a couple of nice choices. So thanks for tuning in, guys. My name is Meristematic. Please subscribe to my Twitch TV channel. If you have any feedback, you can find me on Reddit. I'm Meristematic, or you can email me, meristematic@gmail.com. So again, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you enjoyed it.